giving you guys a little bit of a peek of the streets of Saigon here. I'm setting up right here in the coffee shop, and I wanted to kind of go over a couple different articles and things I've been kind of looking at. But I like this spot here. So I'm all set up here. And wanted to go over this interesting article I found, and it's kind of what I've always believed, but I wanted to share some of the things I found. So I left an article for you guys in the description below, and I wanted you guys to kind of check it out. So this guy was doing some research and was basing some of his data on CoinMarketCap, basically just, you know, what market prices were in the top 100 altcoins in 2017. And the time period he was looking at was April 2nd to December. So April, basically when the market exploded, to December 23rd. And so he was looking at the top 100 coins, you know, in that time frame, and was doing some different research to basically see, you know, about giving you guys some data in terms of market distribution had you diversified your cryptocurrency in a bunch of different coins at that time, how it would have performed. And so he looked at 4 basic scenarios, okay? And so one of the things he did here was he was testing against 4 scenarios. A portfolio that invests 100% of its altcoins in the top 20 coins by market cap, similar but not quite, you know, so basically evenly across the top 20 coins. Portfolio that is weighted across the top 100 coins, so just if you had bought in at the top 100 coins back in April, just how those would have performed and just held. Portfolio that's weighted market cap across all of the top 100 coins. So this is weighted by market cap. Had you invested, since Bitcoin, its market cap was much higher, you would have invested much higher into some of the larger market cap coins. And then the 4th one is basically the inverse of that. So portfolio that's weighted smaller market cap coins, specifically the portfolio buckets. And this was his findings, which I think was really interesting. And so you can see the percentage returns that you have had you invested in these different scenarios. And by far the best one that did the best was the inverse market cap relationship. And so basically had you invested in, you know, we can kind of look at this today. So like today, I think is a good example because the market tends to get hit really hard right now. Everything, you know, a lot of the major market cap coins are all in the double digit reds, and this is to USD. So this is taking into account the Bitcoin price. You know, Tether, you know, remaining pretty steady amongst all the, you know, speculation that we've seen in the news, but everything is double digit reds. DigixDAO, which I had mentioned a little while ago, performing pretty well. So, but for the most part, everything is in the red. Now, I think one of the interesting trends when you're looking at that is the whole market has really taken quite a bit of a dip, but when you're looking at the market cap as a whole, it really hasn't come down, you know, too substantially. So if you're looking at the total market capitalization, these are kind of just some of the different trends that we've seen in the market. We saw this huge dip with the Chinese New Year. We've seen some stability, and you know, roughly right here, you know, you can see it was about, you know, 500 billion, roughly beginning of February, and it's retracted, you know, to 420. So almost, you know, between 15 and 20% on average. And you can see like the volumes really haven't kind of been fluctuating quite a bit. And so one of the things I think you're seeing, I've seen some different people talking about this, is that more and more people are actually starting to get out of crypto. They're trading or they're transacting in these different coins, but they're also getting into fiat currencies at certain times in the market when the market tends to dip. Some of the speculation behind that has been some of the things that we've seen in the futures market and how that is impacting the cryptocurrency market as a whole. One of the things I've been looking at here recently is pretty much advising people that I think diversification right now is going to be one of your best plays, and also basically the way this would work is if you had inverse relationship in terms of weighting some of the smaller market cap coins heavier and held for the entire year period overall, your entire portfolio overall would perform the best out of all of those 4 different scenarios, according to this article. And I believe that. I think there's a few coins though that tend to really just kind of die off. Like if let's take a look at that time frame when they were doing this data. So we can take a look at the historical trends, the historical snapshots. And so this article was, let's see here, April 2nd. So let's look at the historical snapshot of April 2nd, or close to it. Oh, I guess we can just look at it right here. So this is what was trending April 2nd. So this was actually kind of a big time when I really started getting heavier and heavier into trading. It really kind of started for me like February, March time frame when the market really started pumping, but then you saw just a lot of opportunity in these coins. But Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, still holding relatively high, but $1,000 Bitcoin, $50 Ethereum. So you're seeing like 1,000% rises, on average, a 10x rise. Ethereum doing roughly about double that, about a 20x, depending on kind of where you're seeing the valuation right now. But just looking down the list, you can see some of these coins that are still around. They're still doing well. I talked about MadeSafe coin not too long ago. I mean, this was as high as 10 in the market cap. I mean, I think this is really, this coin has some history. It's very well that it could start to trend again. You've seen, a good example of that is something like Steam. Steam was up and down, for the longest time. You're able to pick it up at 17 cents. I mean, it's, let's take a snapshot of what this is today. So Steam, still way down the list, but 423. So just in that time frame, I mean, the returns that you're getting on some of these smaller coins is really substantial. These coins are all still performing pretty well, except for maybe First Blood. This one is probably one that's fallen off, Singular TV. So just come down the list. There's a Bitconnect at $4. Ardor, Melon, Game Credits, Komodo. So you're seeing a lot of familiar coins as you're moving down the list. And a lot of these coins, Neo at 20 cents, look at that. When you're looking at some of these prices on these coins, it's really interesting to see. Now, not all of these have performed well, but the way you're looking at the inverse market cap is taking essentially the top 100 coins. We'll skip down the list here a little bit. So stopping right here at Shift. It's a $2 million Shift, $2 million market cap coin, as you guys can see right there. And if we had weighted a 2 million in this Shift coin, as compared to Bitcoin, and just had an inverse relationship with the top 100 coins, you're diversifying in all of these different technologies, how those would have performed. I mean, a lot of these are still doing pretty well. They may not be in the top 100 anymore, but I would guess that most of these are still performing pretty well, at least the ones I recognize. Vert, Burst, Mona, Aeon, several privacy coins, a few that I remember kind of trading back in the day that maybe aren't as trending as much. But there's different obstacles when you're starting to get into some of these smaller market cap coins. They can be a little bit harder to trade in some of the exchanges if they're not offered in those exchanges. So taking a look at the 100th one right now, Bittrex, Livecoin, Upbit. So it's being traded a little bit more now. It's at 2 million. Market cap is at 41 million. So that was number 100 on the list. So, in terms of performance to Bitcoin, it's done way better. Had you invested as much in a shift as you had invested in a Bitcoin, you would have made out better, because over the market as a whole, it's performed better. And I know that that's really been the case for a lot of these different coins. Is we just keep going up the list. A lot of these are performing much better than Bitcoin. And in terms of their valuation, I mean, here's another one. This is the next one on the list. You know, now it's sitting at a $42 million market cap, and this is $2 million a year ago, less than a year ago, back in April. So you're getting huge returns on these between the 20 and 100th coin position, and even, I would say, even much more so on the lower end of those positions as you get more cryptocurrency that kind of spreads itself across the market. It tends not to stay in one particular currency, all the time. You're seeing right now, in terms of the trading that we're getting on the percentage in relation to Bitcoin, you can see here that the overall trend, over these last several years has been substantially down. You've seen it dip even more, came back up, it's dipping even more. So as we keep zooming in, these are the trends that we're getting. These altcoins, these smaller ones in the white, is the line that's trending up. And they were talking about like the flippening. The flippening may be the biggest potential of that happening is probably with Ethereum. That's kind of been the story for quite a long time, but the flippening, in my opinion, is going to happen more with the others. You can see here, all the other coins, you're going to see a lot more trading as that starts to take off. That's going to be the first one you're going to see in terms of passing the market dominance in trading volume in the cryptocurrency market space as a whole. So let's look at the exchanges right now. I'm taking a look at the exchanges. OKEX, number one. Interesting. OKEX exchange, number one. Trading a lot of Bitcoin to Tether right now. Almost $1 billion in trading. That's the number one trading pair, most likely. Upbit, Bitfinex, another Bitcoin to USD. A lot of Bitcoin trading to USD. Ethereum, Ripple. A lot of trading in Ripple and EOS have been the two highest trading pairs in BitHum for a long time. The volumes have come down quite a bit. You used to see this in the billions a little bit more, but that's what are people trading in Vietnam? Do they just do crypto? I was penning there years ago. So trading Bitcoin in Vietnam, or at least some of the rules here, is that it's illegal. So I've talked to a few people that I was interested in networking with and marketing, and they've had a lot of people that have come up to them, looking at networking opportunities with cryptocurrencies. However, in Vietnam, January 1st, it was made illegal. Now the laws are a little bit different, and a little bit, it's not really a tech-driven industry here yet. There's not. It's not really the same type of climate as you would see in the U.S. But it's more kind of a central bank's ban, and essentially like the banks are not supporting it, is the way I pretty much understand it. Let's see if I can find a more recent article. All these are well, this is an older article, but it's a central bank ban on Bitcoin payments. So basically, lawful means of payment, the issuance, supply, use of Bitcoin, and other similar virtual currencies as means of payment is prohibited. 15 million, so they're gonna issue penalties. So So that's how they're going to enforce it. Illegal use of cryptocurrencies and payments will be subject to penalties of between 150 million to 200 million. So that's in the Vietnamese dong, you know, that's 6,000 or 8,000 bucks. So if you get caught transacting in Bitcoin, I guess the way this is sounding, like you could face fines of up to $6,000. So.
Yeah, you're not a sweaty mess like yesterday. I came here a little bit earlier and cooled down.
Why did HIT's BTC close BCC trading? I didn't know about that. I'll have to look into that. As far as I know, they were upgrading the wallet. I know they were doing that for a little while. Bear with me 1 sec, let me look this up. Interesting. Due to uncertain situation with BCC coin, we are temporarily disabling BCC markets till further clarification of this matter. So this is the withdraw the account page as usual. Thank you for that. So you can withdraw it. What is the price of BCC? I mean, the price has come up a little bit. So it like bottomed at like $5, you know. Now it's at like $8.50. So let's take a look at the last 7 days. But yeah, like there's a like you saw it really trending down and down, and it hit it, and it just bottomed out around $5. I think a lot of people felt that $5 price point was really kind of where the bottom of the market was, and that's when you saw, I think, a little bit more surgence into the coin. You may have also seen that as a response to people wanting to buy BCC to get into the ICO. Let's take a look at that real quick. I don't know, has the ICO been selling out? Maybe you guys know a little bit more than I would. But let me log in my account here. There's an injunction stopping withdrawals or movement of BCC. Like, I know I saw something like that. I didn't know that it was something to do with BCC or how that works. I'm sure I'll hear about it. Website's taking a little bit longer than normal. Clover, you have an amazing cafe. No, that's the one a little bit further over, but I'm gonna go back and forth. This one's a little bit closer to me, the Amazing Cafe is like really fast Wi-Fi, a little bit quieter. This one's kind of busy. Like you can see, there's a lot of people in the house. It's a very popular spot, real fast Wi-Fi. So. mean, they're selling out. So again, they're selling out. People are getting into the BCCX. So you can see, you know, they're valuing BCC at 860. They still have the price of the ICO, $50. So I'm getting in. All Bitconnect assets are frozen apparently for next 90 days. Well, I know they like, but there's been a lot of people who've been talking about that. Like I saw that like order, but how do you enforce that? You know, I guess the markets that support Bitconnect is maybe it's in the other markets as well. Let me log into one of my other exchanges. See. I mean, I'm not getting that order here. Let's see. I'm not getting it on the other exchanges. I'm on Coin Exchange. So I think more of maybe what you're seeing, like I didn't get a message or something, and I can't do that there, but maybe some of the exchanges are trying to stay in regulatory compliance, and so if they see any like bad news coming out about a particular coin, they have every right to you know, to do what they're going to be doing. Where is its BTC? I used to know that. One time I maybe 6 months ago, I looked at like 100 of the different exchanges and I figured out where all their servers were located. And it's in Europe, but it's registered in Hong Kong. So it looks like the servers are, it's a European-based exchange. Well, you see a lot of these cryptocurrency companies that are operating out of Hong Kong for regulatory reasons, I would have to assume. I'm seeing this DE. What is DE? Usually, if you search for the exchanges, you can like look for like server location, and I give you a little indication. I'm having a little bit of trouble with this. It's saying DE, but I'm not sure what that means. Germany, okay. So I think they have offices. They're headquartered or something in Hong Kong, and their servers are located in Germany. Yeah, I'm still holding all my BCC on the website. I'm afraid if I put them in the QT wallet and try to stake them, I will lose them. I've heard like some different things going on, like the staking process is fairly complicated and it can get really technical. And you know, luckily I had someone that helped me with it, but I didn't. I didn't put very many in. I'm still kind of like on the sidelines trying to figure out what's going to go on with the whole situation. I mean, it's unfortunate, you know, that what happened. You know, it went from $450 to $5, you know, like yesterday. So it like, you know, that's not normal activity for a coin. But yeah, I'm keeping most of my coins on the website right now. Other people stake it until you break it. Yeah, it's true. What protects us if Hit BTC decides to close its doors? You know, there's a lot of uncertainties with the exchanges or whatnot. The exchanges have been a little bit more reliable. I mean, the real big defunct exchange that's always used as an example is Mt. Gox. But after that, you know, there weren't really a whole lot of. I think you had more of a risk of investing into like a really small coin or something, and then like the exchange not necessarily offering that or you know, basically disabling the wallet, like delisting it. And if you don't move your coins within a certain period of time, you lose them, which is kind of, to me, that's kind of weird. Like that happened to me with Poloniex, which I didn't really like. Like I had bought into a coin, there was nowhere for me to. I unfortunately got into a coin that was only offered on Poloniex, and then Poloniex decided they were going to delist it, and they're like, you need to get rid of your coin or trade it. There's nowhere to trade it. Like I couldn't take it to another exchange, so I just lost the value that I had in that coin. Yeah, I don't know about some of those things, Wayne and well off. We'll see how things go. Clover, move your coins to the QT wallet, let it sink first, then move it. Yeah. I'm waiting. Actually, I just got my, I got a notice. I told you guys, like, I have my computer was sitting in Malaysia, and so I just had it shipped here. So here's the order prepare. So I gotta go after this live stream. I'm gonna go pick up all my computers and stuff. It's gonna be like 9 boxes. They got a lot. Like they got all my stuff there now apparently. So I gotta go pick it all up. So I'll probably have to do some shopping as well. I'll go get a few things I'm missing. But I'm gonna be setting up like a few different trading stations and working with some people here in Vietnam. They're pretty pumped about it. Like they're starting groups, and I'm getting in there a little bit, talking to Vietnamese. So I use the Google Translator app, and then I basically just I'm getting more used to that. I mean, everyone here speaks Vietnamese. Like English is very, very difficult for them. It's just the languages are so different. So you don't hear a whole lot of people speaking English really at all. I go and work out at this gym every day. Really, really nice gym. I like it. It's one of the better ones in the city. Everyone there speaks Vietnamese. I stand out big time. Big white dude working out. Like people will come up to me and they'll they'll put their I'm this tall on you. A lot of those guys are just. I've been over here in Asia since August. I still have not met anyone that's taller than me. Yeah, I'm like Godzilla over here. Yep. I'm a big dude over here compared to some of these people. What's the point of being in Vietnam? There's a lot of interesting things going on here. You're going to see companies are going to, or not companies, but governments are going to be cracking down. Vietnam's cracking down. Indonesia's cracking down. Korea has, been limiting it some. You just saw India has taken a stance on it. China has been, taking a stance on it. There's going to be opportunity in different areas. I was thinking Singapore was going to be a good one. I'm not sure if it will or not. But in terms of the type of skills and things I think that I'm looking for with what I'm doing, I think Vietnamese would make really good traders. I think they'd be very trustworthy, and that's kind of what I'm hoping, is that I can set up like a trading office and kind of work with them there and build that. And then what I'd like to do is go to India and Pakistan and look for developers, because in my opinion, some of the best developers in the world are in those areas. So there might be some reasons for that. I don't really know. I gotta go there and check it out. So I'm interested in going to Lahore, Pakistan, and maybe looking into a few different areas in India. But when the time is right. Right now, I'm focused here on Saigon and building some different things here. It is cheap. It's definitely cheap here. So I ate breakfast today for about $1. I got like 2 French baguettes with eggs, fish, cucumber, carrots, parsley, a little secret sauce. Real simple, real easy. You can get it anywhere around here. I got 2 of those, and I got a drink for $1. So it's super cheap to live over here. Yeah, everyone's talking about deep onion. I'm gonna be getting into that more. I want to take a big position on some of these coins that my audience keeps talking about, and so I think it's interesting. Maybe it has something to do with this time frame of like when I'm getting on. I know it's pretty late in the States. But this is a good time for me to get on and do a live stream. So I think, I'm going to probably keep the same time slot. I might do some other time slots, but if I do it like much later, it's like in the middle of the night, between 2 and 5 a.m. in the U.S. in most areas, and I don't get anyone on my live streams, and it's just kind of one of those things. But what happened to BTC yesterday? Still worth. What will happen tomorrow? Still worth 1 BTC? Are you worried? Nope. Why not? Math. I like this guy. My next coin. I don't know that one. I'll have to look that up. $47 million market cap, $15. It's down a little bit today. Yeah, fuck these Asian countries, they kill you for smoking weed. Very true. It's super illegal over here, but it's not like you can't get it. It's hard to kill and die off like a plant. Live coin exchange. I like most of the trading here, about 4% in coin exchange, so it's mostly in live coin. We've been seeing these really peak at certain times. So this one is kind of an interesting peak on December 3rd, December 4th. This was a little bit before that peak that we saw with a lot of the other coins that were just after that. Like the week after that was when we saw a lot of other coins really peaking in the market. And also that kind of first week of January, we saw it come up a little bit here. And, it rose from, $55 million market cap to almost 100 million. And it's retracted a little bit, as you can see here. Most of the retraction's not necessarily in Bitcoin. It's just more because the price of Bitcoin, came down a little bit. So, it's bottoming out. I don't know much about it. But these smaller market cap coins, I try to look into them a little bit. If they're one that's been on the market a little while, I like what they're doing. Have you ever been a developer? No, I've worked with a lot of developers though. That's what I like doing. I like working with developers. I like working in some teams like that. This is an interesting Bitconnect's legal opinion. So they've got kind of a neat legal analysis on how they're doing it. U.S. securities laws. So how they're interpreting some of these tokens. An anonymous venture fund. I like the verbiage on here a little bit. So they have a court casing. So the court cases are always good to pull up because it shows what's happened in previous court cases, and those, and a lot of times, are used in like legal discourse to base opinions. Not always, because a good lawyer can basically dispute that, but there's some legal history with some of this stuff that's always interesting to look at. And I think what you're going to be seeing this year is you're going to be seeing a lot of new regulatory things come on the market. A lot of people ask why I'm in Vietnam. That's part of it. I don't want to be anywhere near it where it's going on in the U.S. But I like the website. You can see here. So you're trying to base it a little bit more in Europe. So I like the look of it. I like the globe for the website. Yeah, keep hearing about this. It definitely has an interesting name. I like, I've talked a little bit about the singularity aspect. I'm interested in that from a just kind of futuristic standpoint. Trade on KuCoin, it's really it. Tidex, Ether Delta. So the markets here really came up in market cap. I'm not sure why. Just wasn't really being represented. It didn't have a market cap, and then boom, all of a sudden they just started recognizing it here, and then it kind of came down a little bit. But 213 million in terms of the market cap. Shitcoin. Wayne Gordon, is he a good lawyer? Let's take a look. This one, it was basically trying to see, looking at something here. For the most part, they're all clueless, but when I told him that people were being sued from YouTube, he started to laugh. He said it's baseless. Yeah, well. I don't know if this is the guy I'm looking at. I'm seeing this, Wayne Gordon, government municipalities, attorney at law. I don't know if this is the guy. But when I searched Wayne Gordon, lawyer, Bitconnect, this is the first one that came up. I'm not sure why Bitconnect came up. Maybe it's because he's on this lawsuit somehow. Look for Bitconnect. Yeah, it's not even coming up, so it might not even be it. But I'm seeing, like, here on the YouTube videos, there's all these cease and desist. Just have something to do. Maybe this is the lawyer that's working on the case. Wayne Gordon, my lawyer, friend of all VCC charges are baseless and will be dismissed. Oh, he's one of the commenters. Okay, I got confused there. A meeting with Senator tomorrow? Okay. Send me an email Wayne. Let me know like how that goes. I'm interested in, you know, doing what I can. Saudis give a robot citizen for a woman. Clover fan page. If you guys are interested in background stuff from Singularity Net, check out Quinn Michaels and Ozzy the BS Filter interviewing Quinn Michaels. I'll have to watch that one. I'll watch that one later. How often do you read white papers? That's a good question. Probably not as often as I should. I think like that was one of the big things with Bitconnect. Originally, it's like they didn't have a white paper. There wasn't a whole lot of like information, you know, on what was going on. And for me, like the white paper is more of like a template. It's more of just kind of something that's really outlining, you know, what the problem is that your cryptocurrency is trying to solve. And I think right now, like I've got at least an idea of kind of, you know, some of the what some of those problems are going to be solved. Whether or not the development team can act on those and can actually deliver is a whole nother thing. And it's something that like there could be so many different like lawsuits or governmental factors or problems with the exchanges that could shut down some of these different cryptocurrencies. And so again, you know, going back to the title of this video, diversification is going to be key in cryptocurrency. Not everyone is going to work out. You're going to have several losers. But if you diversify, take point, like if you have one Bitcoin, buy one Bitcoin, take 0.05, so 1/20th of a Bitcoin, and put it into 20 of those smaller market cap coins, maybe from like 80 to 100 on the coin market cap. Maybe exclude a couple that you're unsure of, maybe include a few others, but get like 20 of them. You know, I'm telling you, like that's going to perform so much better than a lot of these other projects and whatnot. Like I think the larger billion-dollar market cap coins are just going to be more conservative. But you know, like going back to this article that we were seeing here, investing more into the smaller market cap coins, you know, has historically been better in terms of its ROI. So here we have again, weighted by the top 20 coins. If you had put in the top 20 coins, I mean, you're still doing pretty good. You know, 1,472%. You're up 14x, right? I mean, you're doing good, but you could do 4 times better had you invested in the bottom 20 coins, you know, the inverse market cap. So getting into some of these smaller market coins, let's take a look and see at least what's trending right now on like 80 through 20. All right. So I'm gonna start at 80, okay? The coins I've talked about a lot on my streams if you follow me. Smart Cash, a privacy coin. This one's got, you know, in my opinion, it's got a lot of potential, 35 cents right now. You're gonna be watching this video in a year and you're gonna be saying, hey, I wish I had gotten into this. Bitcore, not as familiar with. I know I've seen it trending a little bit, but I might need to do a little more research on that. Power Ledger's been a good one. Zcoin, another privacy one. The Singularity.net. You know, we were talking about that on our live stream here. A lot of guys are very bullish on that. It looks like a really good one to get into. NXT, Kin. I've heard a little bit about this Kin coin. Ignasis, I don't know much about this. I might have to take a look. I'll take a look at some of these coins I don't know a whole lot about Request Network. I don't know much about this one. Monacoin has been on there. I mean, if we're looking at the historical charts, where was Monacoin? It was I believe it was on here. There it is, 90th. So, you see that, guys? Okay, yeah, it was 90th. This is the historical, snap charts. 90th in terms of its market cap, and this is back, a year ago. Now today, Monacoin is 89th. It hasn't really moved. It's been stable in that for quite a long time. It has a lot of history. So some of these newer coins have the potential to really come up, but this has been holding pretty safe. MadeSafe has come down quite a bit. MadeSafe, Redcoin, Enigma, another privacy coin, Ethiomi, Bancor, 10x, Particle, another privacy coin, Wax, Gnosis, Nieblo. I think putting 0.5 Bitcoin or 0.05 Bitcoin into all of those different coins, and just holding, you might be looking at 4 or 5 Bitcoin worth of crypto in 3 months. I mean, I think that there's a lot of potential for these to really take off in the market, and all you really need are a couple of winners, and all of those, there might be one that really breaks out of the pack and gets into the top 50, that gets into the top 20, that really starts to pump in the market, and then maybe you see that it's really maybe a high valuation. You're like, wow, I got into that, way back then. It's something now. Maybe now's a good time to cash out. So you have to kind of maybe try to think about it a little bit more in terms of, getting into some of these coins, getting into positions. Typically in the cryptocurrency market, you get a lot of people that will buy into the hype. They'll buy into the bubble. They'll buy into a coin that's exploding in valuation, because they see it's going up. Like Digix DAO is the only coin, according to this, that's performing well today. So I think I had talked about that maybe a week ago or so. I have to check back on my streams, but I was saying it was a really low valuation because this coin's had some history. It shot up to number 36 right now. It wasn't that high. It was much, much lower in terms of its market cap a long time ago, but it's really taken off. It's a gold-backed coin. Awesome. Thank you for that. U.S. tax cuts hit today. Paychecks are bigger. Okay, thank you for that. I mean, I still, I don't watch a whole lot of American news anymore. I can't even get it even if I wanted it. Or I guess I could, but I don't really care enough about it. When I log into my websites and everything, like MSN or some of the big ones like Yahoo or any of those big websites, I always get the Vietnamese news first. It appears the end of the road for cryptocurrencies in India. The finance minister today, February 1st, stated the government will do everything to stop BTC. Well, you may stop it in India. I think what you're going to see is you're going to see a lot of people exiting India. I think you're already starting to see that right now in Dubai. You're seeing a lot of Indians that are getting out of India with their crypto and getting into Dubai. I know a lot of crypto millionaires in India that are living in Dubai now. So I the market's just going to shift. And I think it's also going to be something where they're cracking down really at the exchange points, at that exchange point from fiat into cryptocurrency. That's where they want to break it. If you have cryptocurrency, it's not illegal to hold cryptocurrency, like to hold a digital math, solution, that, has this fluctuating value and a top 100. I mean, this is what you're going to be seeing in the next 2-3 years. You're going to be saying, hey, yeah, it's illegal. How are you going to enforce it? If you have the codes in your head, I don't know, man. Yeah, I need to look into Robinhood. I need to do some more research on that. I know people have been talking about that quite a bit. People are now exiting Coinbase. The whole lawsuit is a way to turn Bitconnect into Coinbase, where they only want to track and find out who has what. There is no other reason. No one from Bitconnect will ever go to jail. I mean, if they're anonymous for a reason, and you know, there's not going to be a whole lot of people that are going to be forthcoming with information that is going to change that, I guess you could say. So you need information to prosecute and to press charges and things like that. So, you know, and even then, it's you know, there's a legal process there. And then who is more at fault? Like, how do you assess blame? So, you know, what do you think of TradingView? So I get into TradingView a little bit. You know, I think for me, like, it can help you kind of with like charting and things like that. I haven't really gotten into that a whole lot right at the moment, because to me, like, that's going to be more beneficial for like larger market cap coins. I would say coins in the top 20. You can start to do triangulation and you can do some different things, but there's so many different things that can affect that. So like, let's take a look at like, let's look at like what's the 10th biggest coin, okay? So I know a lot of people will do charting on like Bitcoin, you know, and some of those chartings have turned out to be, you know, accurate, at least some of the stuff that I've been watching and seeing. But so currently right now, NEM coin, okay, NEM coin is the 10th biggest coin. So I'm going to take this as an example, all right? So currently at 57 cents. This one's been around for quite a while. You know, 5.1 billion in terms of the market cap. It's pumped at different times. Like you can see that really it's been on the market for quite a while. Pumped in July 2016, hitting a peak of basically about 100 million in terms of its market cap. Let's zoom in here. So over the course of this past summer, so it's the last 6 months, we saw a peak here kind of May 20th, May 22nd, 23rd, you know, right about $2 billion, and kind of started retracted in the market, kind of bottomed out, really bottomed out here December 8th, took a huge dip, and then started this meteoric rise, basically from December 8th, going from a 2.3 billion market cap all the way up to 16 billion. So it went up eightfold, more than eightfold in less than a month. Pretty incredible. From December 8th to January 4th. January 4th is when we saw the peak in trading. If you remember from some of my streams, I kind of talked about that a little bit. And now you're seeing it retract a little bit. But, you know, if you're trying to chart this on like TradingView or something, you know, it's not going to tell you that 42% of the volume's in Japan, you know. And here you have another 1.3, so that's, when you add these up, it's about 44% of the volume is in Japan. You're seeing it trade on Bittrex, and you're seeing these price discrepancies. You know, you can pick this up in Yobit, you know, or a few other exchanges for like 66 cents. You can buy it for 54 cents in Upbit. You get it for 56 cents in Bittrex. So like the charting is going to give you some information, maybe like long term, if you're looking like maybe like a weekly chart, like a monthly chart. It'll give you some ideas on like maybe where the market as a whole is trending. But like just right there, you know, 54 cents to like say 66 cents. I mean, what is the arbitrage opportunity on that? Let me pull up my calculator here. So you're looking at 22%. So, I mean, you could be trading it right now, making 22% per trade based on, you know, the order books and how big those are. So if you're talking about, hey, like I want to look at this charting and see where this is trending, see if this is like going to coming down. I mean, for me, like you can just look at the market. Like right now, you know, you guys want to make 22% on this cryptocurrency pair, get an NEM coin, see if you can buy it in Yobit. See if you can buy it in Yobit, or not buy it, or sell it in Yobit, or sell it in some of these other exchanges here, because that's where we're seeing the highest valuation. Yobi, if you can get into some of these exchanges. Bitcoin Indonesia, Livecoin might be the easiest one to get into. Selling for like 60 cents. You know, you can buy it for, you know, 56 cents on Bittrex. So maybe not quite as much opportunity there. So you have 22%. If you had accounts with some of these really kind of different exchanges, and that's kind of where the opportunity is when you get into a lot of these different exchanges. If you're staying in the top 10, 15 exchanges, they can be a little bit hard to diversify. And so, like, I mean, what is that? The 60 divided by 54. Is that what you said? 54? I guess it was 56. So 7%. So 7%, you know, arbitrage anymore. And then, but you kind of have to have crypto on both sides. You need to have crypto like available to trade in those different exchanges, just having a little bit. So like you can do it instantly, not having to worry about the, you know, the order books like closing or someone taking advantage of that. And there's also different ways. Like, this thing that I want to get into is kind of getting into the exchanges at the API level, so you can bring that data in-house and you're pulling that stuff into like a platform or something that you're able to, you know, you're able to trade a little bit better on that. So I'm gonna stay on for another, like, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes, answer a few more questions. We got 108 people in the house, so you guys are staying up late, apparently. Give you guys a little bit of a peek inside the coffee shop. People are a little bit more camera shy in Vietnam. They don't necessarily like being on camera. Appreciate that, Steve. I see. I don't understand how a federal court in the U.S. is going to freeze Bitconnect's assets. Like, explain that one to me. I think you have a lawyer that doesn't understand crypto that's saying stuff like that. Clover, what do you do for money? I trade cryptocurrency. So I just showed you a way to make 7 to 22% right now, if you want to, on your money. Like, it's there if you want a, you know, opportunity. You just need to understand the market a little bit and trade a little bit. So like I just hodl different currencies. They may explode in value and maybe they hit a price point. I'm like, oh, okay, that's a good point. I just cash out, and then I'll take the Bitcoin and I'll you know, I mean, I put $1,000 in my BitPay card, and like I bought a $650 membership to a 15-month membership to a gym, and then like I pull out 2 million dong. 2 million dong is about $88. That lasts me like that lasts me so long. I mean, I still have got cash. Like, everything's so cheap here. Like I eat breakfast today for less than $1. You know, I'm gonna get on a moped and drive on, you know, to another part of the city. It's gonna cost me like 50 cents. And then I can get online and I can make thousands of dollars trading cryptocurrency. So, you know, right now I'm not hurting for money. I lost a lot in Bitconnect, so I was a big loser in Bitconnect in terms of like how the I was way over invested in the platform. I was, you know, thought I was doing you know, pretty well. I pulled some money out to diversify a little bit, and now that's pretty much what I got. So I lost well over six figures. You know, so I got burned pretty bad, just like everyone else. So you know, I know a lot of people that have lost 7 figures, 8 figures, like a lot of money. So you know, no one wants answers as much as I do. But you can live off $5 a day? Yeah. I can spend $5 a day here and live like a king. I just had coffee. I had coffee and I had like a little shake. I think it cost me like $2. High class here. It's $2. Why didn't she cash out at Bitconnect? I thought it was going up. I thought it was going to continue to go up. I was wrong. I mean, no one knew, this was going to happen. No one knew this was coming. Now everyone's just silent about all the intel I got. You laugh out loud. You deserve it if you invest in a lending coin. Yeah, well, I mean, I've shown a lot of different ways to invest into cryptocurrency to make money. That's what I was doing before I got into Bitconnect. Bitconnect allowed me to not have to trade. I could travel, and at the time I had a lot of faith in the platform. So everything that was presented to me seemed possible. I was wrong. There was, some things going on apparently that I didn't anticipate. So now everyone wants to point the finger at all the people that were on the outside. No one wants to point the finger at the guys that were on the inside, and they were anonymous by design. So maybe they knew this. They were planning this the whole time. I would hope not. I would hope that was not the case. But right now, that's the way it appears. Did you quit your job? Well, I mean, I was doing like business. I was doing like Airbnb and stuff, managing properties in Seattle, and I was doing that. So right now, my brother's fiance's running that, managing that. I make a little bit off that, but it's more of a hassle more than anything else. But it's a real estate business. It's a business I built, so I'm gonna try to keep it alive. I built a profitable business. That's not, considering most small businesses fail, I got one that's still running and still successful. Real estate's easy though. Like that's the thing. It's like if you're on my stream, you're looking to be like an entrepreneur. You're looking to, kind of work for yourself. It's really hard for me. Like my resume is just a list of all the jobs I've been fired at. Like it's really hard for me to work for other people because like I just I want things my way. I want things done the right way. I want things done to a certain level. I've always butted heads with like management and people, over time. So it doesn't work for me. But real estate really, I think there was a statistic like 75-80% of the successful entrepreneurs in the U.S. thought they're starting real estate. So I guess you could say like, I'm trying to kind of fall in that mode. Yeah, so I was talking with Jedi. I was going to do a live stream with him on Wednesday. He's felt real let down by the Bitconnect community. I mean, I think we all do. We all feel, the same way. Like we spent a lot of time defending this platform, putting our name out there, and now with the current situation, we're all kind of being left out to dry, and we're getting a lot of anger and hate directed towards us, and there's really no recourse, for us, and so it's not really fair. And so he's taking a little bit of a break, but maybe when things cool down a little bit, we'll get together and do some streams. Will you go back to Malaysia or Singapore? Possibly. I like it there. Right now, I'm focusing on Saigon. I like it. I like it here a little bit better. It's not, I had a really nice place in Malaysia. It was cheap. I like what they're doing for a city. But the work ethic with the people here in Vietnam is a little bit better. Like, it's a little bit different. I feel like it's better, for what I'm trying to do. because the big thing with me is finding people that I trust, people I can work with, and I have a community here of people that that I can work with. So. Yeah, singularity.net. I think that's a good one. Have you given up on starting your own platform? No, I haven't given up. I want to do it. It's a lot of work. A lot of work. Right now, I get settled in. I'm trying to furnish an apartment. I'm trying to work out every day. I'm trying to eat healthy. I'm trying to work on me first, and then once I get some things built up, I gotta go get my computer stuff right now from the post office, and it's gonna take some time. So maybe I can put together like some sort of fund. I probably won't be able to do it in Vietnam because of the legal situation with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So I might have to do something like that in like Hong Kong or Singapore, maybe even the U.S., depending on how that all works out. But right now I like it here in terms of the cryptocurrency climate. Vietnam's made their statement, how they're handling it, but they're not stopping it. Yeah, I really like Vietnam. Of the place, so I've been to Indonesia, been to Bali, been to Bengkulu, Indonesia, which is Jakarta, been to Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, been to Pattaya, Koh Samui, and Bangkok in Thailand. I've been to the Philippines, and kind of been around a few different things. I noticed I tend to like the women in Vietnam a little bit better than some of the other areas. I like the Vietnamese women. I like their culture here. I like it's a huge city. It's like 20 million people. It's one of the biggest cities I've been to, other than Jakarta, really. But it's the biggest city that I've been to, other than Jakarta. So I'm kind of more of a city guy, I guess you could say. And there's some interesting stuff here in Vietnam. So I like it. Everyone's on mopeds. Like 80% of the traffic is mopeds. You guys can see it out here. It's all mopeds. No, I don't have a permanent visa. I just got to travel every so often to basically renew my visa, or get a new visa. It's a sweet little bike right there. I'm gonna get me like a Ducati or something like that. They're cheap here. Yeah, visa runs. Yeah. So I'll be going to Singapore. I'll be going to Cambodia, which is the closest. I'll be going to Hong Kong. Maybe go to the Philippines. Probably go to the U.S. From time to time. So it just gives me an excuse to travel. Crypto J, he's in Bali. That's what he does. He just goes out and renews his visa. But he's gonna be moving. He's moving. He's picking up shop. He does. He does. Trying to work with some of the Indonesian people there. He's kind of hasn't worked out all that well for him. So he kind of always has to stay on them. To get them to kind of do what he wants them to do. And it's not what he wants. He wants people working more autonomously. And so that's what I'm hoping to set up here in Vietnam, with some people initially I can trust. I'm in Europe, we're full. Never been there, but they kill you for smoking weed. They don't even want you to be there. Plus, they eat dogs, and they hate on us Americans. I don't know if they hate on Americans, but they do eat dogs. It's a little weird. Chiang Mai, yeah. I haven't been to Chiang Mai. I want to check that out. What type of business you're starting? I'm trying to start a crypto crypto business. And one of the things I want to do is I want to first start here in Vietnam. Then I think one of the things I want to do is I want to go to like India, Pakistan, and look for developers and find some developers I want to work with. And then one of the things I want to do is I want to go to Korea, and I really want to get in the Korean market and work with some Korean people, maybe on marketing and whatnot, and maybe incorporate some people in the U.S. that kind of want to be involved in that project. I think there's be a good mix of cultures there. I like the way the Koreans think. I like the way the Indians think in certain ways in terms of like software development, and I like here in Vietnam. Yeah, I like kimchi. I do. It's good for you. All right, guys. I need to pick this stuff up from the post office. I got some errands and things I got to run. This stream went a lot longer than I was anticipating, but appreciate you guys staying online, hanging out. I know it's super late for a lot of people in the States and whatnot. So like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.